So it all started with this picture. I've seen it everywhere. On TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, even on Amazon. I was really amazed by how many views this thing has. For those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, this thing is called
Bombardiro Crocodilo.
I thought it was just an AI-generated picture, but these things actually have their own wiki. To generalize all these characters, they're called Italian Brainrots. And today we're going to try building them out of Lego, and hopefully go viral and make millions of dollars. To get started, do you remember a Lego series called Lego Chibi? Especially those bike sets. I have a few, and I thought one of them would be perfect for my goals. So let's recreate Bombardiro Crocodilo using this piece. First we need to close this big hole on the original piece. To achieve it, we'll attach a construction built with some Technic bricks and a plate with a bar. Then we'll add some parts to cover the hole. Now we need to attach a lower jaw with teeth made of round plates. Let's add a few more pieces and start working on the wings. Here's the construction that I came up with. Let's add some decorations. Now we also need a way to connect the head and wings. So I built this connector and it works perfectly. Next we'll make the bottom part of the plane. Let's add the tail and the cabin. And boom, it's done! We've built Bombardiro Crocodilo. I posted it on TikTok and now the video has over 300,000 views. I like it, let's move on. The next thing I built was Lirililarila. I started with the elephant head. I used a light grade camera piece as a foundation, then added a plate with a bar for the trunk. For the ears I used two inverted round tiles. I'm quite proud of this elephant head, and what do you think? Then I started working on the cactus body. I filled one side with a bunch of green parts and did the same for the opposite side. I also added a spot for the head and the tail. The upper side was the trickiest part, but I figured it out. Building the legs was the same process, then I attached them to the body, as well as the head and tail. Now we have Lirililarila done. By the way, I uploaded PDF instructions for all these builds to my Rebrickable profile. Please like mocks on Rebrickable, because it really helps me become more popular. The most requested build in the TikTok comments was Tung 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 Sahur, so I made it. But unfortunately, it didn't get nearly as many views as Bombardiro Crocodilo. Anyway, back to the build. We start by building a big brown chocolate bar with eyebrows. Then comes the trickiest part, the face. I came up with this design after endless attempts. Don't forget about his cheeks. Now we add two legs, two arms and this massive baseball bat. By the way, if you really want to make me happy, subscribe to me on YouTube, TikTok and Instagram. All links are in the description below. The last Brainrot we're going to build is my favorite, Frigo Camelo. He is not very popular, but still, let's make him. We start with basically a white box with two sections inside. Then we add the back part of the fridge. You know how it looks like. Now we build the door using the same technique. But before attaching it to the fridge, let's add some food inside. At the top level it'll be ice cream and at the bottom a turkey. The fridge is done. Now we need to make a pair of shoes and legs. And finally the most important part, the camel hat. After attaching it to the build, boom! Frigo Camelo is done. It is my favorite build so far. And what about you? Comment your favorite, like the video for the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe so you don't miss the possible next part. Bye!